Oh, so the time we get to the main event, but you're kind of worn out, right? We have seen so many incredible fights that it's just, oh my days. Oh my days, right? The voice is a little hoarse, you know what I mean? But this co-main event, right? It was going to answer so many questions. So many questions. And when I was breaking this down last episode, right, what this kind of reminded me of was Chandler against Charles Oliveira. You know what I mean? And with that one, right, Chandler, he's like he's doing his thing, but he's rushing, right? Sometimes he jumps in with big shots, and we saw how that ended for someone, you know what I mean, at the start of the main card, right? For our old Nikita Krylov. Uh, but Chandler can do that, and when he did it to Charles, he got put down, right? And then Charles followed up and subbed him. So that's what I figured was a big possibility. Chandler, he's got that power for sure. But, it's that first to entertain. Now, obviously, he wants to win. There's no doubt about that. If Chandler could be the champ, he's going to be the champ, right? He's not going to be like, nah, I'd just rather entertain. No, he wants to be the champ. But he also wants to entertain. So he will jump into the fire. Also because, it's the belief in himself, right? It's the belief that he can stop anyone. So that was the big thing. And just, man, when Pimblett got to the checkout point, right? You just see him, and he, like Chase Hooper, it's night and days from Paddy Pimblett in Cage Warriors, right? Even Paddy Pimblett in his first, few fights in the UFC, he's put on muscle. And his striking game, like Hooper, is leaps and bounds from where it was. Leaps and bounds. So in this fight, he is winning the right? And I don't know if anyone thought that Paddy would dominate the stand-up how he would. Right now, you'd think, okay, he'll be all right. He'll do his thing standing. He can catch you, but he's probably looking to take you down and implement his game there. But Paddy was winning the stand-up. Using his jab well, kicks, and Chandler, he's got decent head movement and stuff, but he was just loading up, where Pimblett is jabbing, kicking, moving. That's what he was doing. And so he is putting it on. I mean, he's dominating this fight. Occasionally, Chandler would land, right? It's not like he did not land a punch, but there was just nothing significant. I don't believe he rocked Pimblett once in this fight. I think there was one big shot, but Pimblett was kind of moving away from it anyway. And then, right, Paddy gets him down and just dominates on the ground. Downs, he didn't really get them, and he didn't really, I think he got one, right? Oh, man. I do need to find a way to kind of get them on the screen. so it's easier with all of this kind of jazz. But yeah, like Chandler, he gets a takedown, right? But and he landed some, like the first takedown he got, he was landing some good knees to the body. He landed some really good knees to the body. You know what I mean? But Pimblett, he went for a sub, and he gets up and he's just landing, right? He was landing really well, and Pimblett lands a really good knee, and then from the second round onwards, it's all Pimblett, right? He used a great combination of 1-2 and a kick, 1-2 and a kick, really good, and Chandler, he does get him down, but again, Pimblett, he's using his elbows, he reverses, looking for an arm triangle, rear naked, ground and pound, going for the choke again. Go to that third round, right? Go to the third round, and it is all Pimblett, right? He lands a incredible jump knee that just rocks Chandler. Chandler's just wonky now, right? So Paddy gets the takedown, and he is mauling Chandler, just mauling him, right? Looking for the subs, unloading with ground and pound, unloading, dropping elbows, and there's just nothing that can happen other than the referee stops the fight. So it's just like, thinking Paddy will win this fight. But kind of the thought was, yeah, he'll probably rock Chandler and then jump for a sub. But nah, he just went beast mode and just unloaded, which was great to see. Great to see. Because you know what I mean? You can't always get a sub, especially, to the upper echelon, because people, they train hard, right? They practice all of these defenses. But when you're in a dominant position, land shots, man. Do damage. Because even if you don't stop it, you're going to cut someone, you're going to fuck them up, and that drains the energy banks, right? That drains the energy banks. But this time, Paddy Pimblett gets the stoppage in a big way, which now really puts him in contention. Really puts him in contention. Right? The next fight, probably a number one contender fight. Probably a number one contender fight. Right? I mean, how crazy? How crazy is that? Right? But definitely well earned. And just watching all of the improvements in Pimblett's game. Man, congratulations to Paddy fucking Pimblett, because he showed out, people. He showed out. And that leads us to the main event of the evening.